everything turns on automatically. But if I have time, if I'm around, once it hits the 145, 150 degree temperature, I'll come in here and I'll just flip it to manual run, and then it gets done a little quicker, I guess. And then later in the day I'll flip it back to auto. And that also has a timer to it that it'll shut everything off after that time. The fuel, when I'm cooking the fuel down, that system for cooking the methanol out of the fuel, I guess, I usually have that run for maybe 6 or 7 hours. When I do the tote of glycerin, that usually runs for at least a day and a half or so. I don't get everything out of the glycerin, probably get more out of more of the quantity out of the fuel, but if I take too much methanol out of the glycerin, I have a hard time getting it out of the tank because it turns into pretty much tar. It's real thick. But in about an hour, oh, you maybe if I zoom in here a little bit, I see a little bit. Down on the bottom down here where, let me see, oh no, we gotta go over here. Zoom out just a tad. Sorry about that. You can see a little bit of fuel in the just part of my discharge hose for taking the glycerin out. There's just a little bit in there. Like I said, I'll run that in about an hour. I'll let the glycerin settle to the bottom, and I'll run a couple gallons into a 5-gallon pail. And then throughout the day, I'll stop in every so often or whatever and drain a little more glycerin out. I will shut the camera off now, and in an hour or so, I'll come back and tape the... Okay, so I'm back now recording. I just turned the manual switch on the power or the control panel to turn the my water cooler on and stuff. My temperature's almost at 160 degrees, 150 plus. So right now it's forcing air through it. It's currently set at about 4 pounds of air pressure. I usually run it a little higher than that. Yeah, I'll get that in a little while. But basically it's forcing the air through, and it's pushing the methanol vapors down through, and it is dripping into the methanol tank. As for draining out the glycerin, the hose is full of glycerin. Over here there must have been a little bit of fuel in the glycerin that was draining out. You can see the fuel in this hose that's leading into the bucket, and that's why I run the stuff into the bucket, because I'll dump that fuel out. Now I will attempt to try to drain the glycerin out of the bucket and watch the hose through the camera. So we're just draining glycerin, and there it's starting to change colors just a touch. Can't really see it on the camera. Maybe if I come over here a little bit. There. Now you can see that there's now fuel coming out of that hose and not the glycerin. So I'll do that probably, well, I could do it every 20 minutes or so, but whenever I have time, it might be an hour, it might be 2 hours, I'll drain the glycerin that settles to the bottom, and I'll just keep doing that off and on the rest of the day. And at the end, I'll leave it sit overnight, and in the morning I'll drain off the last little bit of glycerin, and then I can haul it out into the truck. When I haul it out, all I do is I just have the filter on here. It filters down to 5 microns. I believe you can get different filters. I think you can go down to a single micron for it. But the pump is works a little bit hard at 5 microns, so I don't try to get anything less out of, or anything more out of it than that. And then I haul it out and I pump it into a truck. On the truck I have another filter, same setup, kind of a sock filter. I'll show you the filters in just a minute, but on there I have a single micron filter. I got a little bit bigger motor on there, how I have it set up, so I try to get a little bit more out of it before it gets into the tractors. My filters, are fairly inexpensive. They're just little little sock filter. I believe these are like $2.50 a piece or so, and it, like I said, it takes it down to 5 microns. The other boxes here have the bigger filters in, and those are for single micron, and the filter's probably about 3 times that size that goes onto my truck. Other than that, if I think of anything else, I will videotape some more, but if I do not, that should be all. Bye-bye.